Well, we wanted to do something that we thought that, but it's still Laibachian songs, yes, but only we have chosen songs for which we have believed that they would communicate much better with the North Korean audience because of their special, aesthetic paradigma.
We'll go to Mount Picture.
So still Laibachian songs, but we have chosen the selected ones. And we wanted to perform some songs from Sound of Music, which we always wanted to do, because North Koreans are familiar with the film. So we thought, they will recognize these songs. They won't be totally alien, foreign for them. So at least, on some level, we hope that we will be able to communicate with the audience. If we would perform, more, experimental songs, probably, I'm not sure that they would be even half that satisfied as they were.
We had one camera facing only audience and observing the audience. And the funniest observation was that as the concert was very short, who decided that the whistleblower should be played twice?
We decided.
So the first and the last song was the same song. And when it was repeated, you could feel a different vibe in the audience. They recognized the song. They even tried to groove a little because it wasn't alien anymore. It was like heard for the second time. So that was really funny. Probably if they played it third time, they would already...
They would get crazy.
Do their thing.
I'm sure they would get crazy.
Sure. For me, the weirdest are those liberally oriented people who say, "Well, it's a concert that happened in a censored environment, and probably the audience was just party people, communist party people, not." But then, come on. Zoom out from to the big picture. Songs like Across the Universe, Life is Life, Final Countdown, Whistleblowers were performed in North Korea. Why do you talk about anything being censored? Those are the songs that they heard real in live performance with proper backdrop projections. So why should you even think is it worth something or not? It happened, and it was the first time in a history something like that happened.
Life is life.
Yeah, Laibach cannot really be censored, whatever. Even if you took away all the songs except maybe one, it would still be Laibach performance. Even if we would just stand on the stage, it would be Laibach performance.
Life is life.
It's just that we here in this part of the world have forgotten the good things in existing as a mass, as a collective of people. We are too much carried away with being individuals. But sometimes it's really fine to just be carried away by the collective. For example, we Latvians have this tradition once every 4 years to make a song festival, and that basically means that there are 30,000 people in the audience and the same amount of people on the stage, and they all become one voice. And this is amazing feeling. There's nothing that you can do alone which matches the level of connectedness. So that is one thing that probably North Koreans know better, existing as not as individuals but as a collective of people.
No, I have to say that from perspective of the group, this was nothing really so, incredibly different from many shows that we had to do in Western Europe or in America for that sense, where we sometimes had to perform in venues with really bad equipment. So we had to improvise and we had to work with the locals and so on. But here in North Korea, the equipment was not that bad at all. It was just difficult to communicate what do we really need and how do we need it. And it's, you know, it's easy to learn from somebody who is really, you know, professional and good in what he does. But the real art is to learn from something which you don't really understand, from this miscommunication. And that this film, in a way, it's a film about communication between different people. And this is where we were, I think all of us learned a lot.
The choir from the conservatory, the workers, the stage workers, all of them saw this miracle of communication happening. But also, like, usually films about North Korea, or not about, but films taking place in North Korea have these, most of the footage is shot through the bus window. So we decided that we should do it 8 times slow motion, so you can analyze what just happened behind the window a few months later. We only have what our own experience. We cannot fantasize about what we haven't seen or what we don't know, and that is one thing that I would really suggest for any person to do. Don't fantasize about things you have very little information about. See for yourself, and then turn on the critical thinking and figure it out what it is.
Although, of course, religion is kind of forbidden, it's not practiced, but they are practicing it through transfer, through this necessary political, ideological worshipping of their leaders and so on. And for them, I think it's not even important whom they are worshipping, but they are doing it in a kind of Buddhist way. You know, they have this Buddhist knowledge, wisdom, if you want, and it works. If you don't have much options in your life, then it's good to be Buddhist. You know, it's the closest way to freedom.
From my perspective, I really, before I went there, I had fantasies that, like judging from my own experience or history of my country, that totalitarian system is like the dictator or the aggressor, the hierarchy of power, and then the oppressed mass of people. But what I felt there, it's not like, it's just an emotional feeling. It's not something that I can prove by facts. But I felt that the whole 24 million, or maybe a bit less, of North Korean people are the system. And this is because probably they are raised that way. They start to implant the ideology really early on. So this is one of the preconceptions that got broken for me, and that it's not victim and the aggressor. It's a system.
Everybody's making jokes of North Korea just to feel better themselves.
I really think that every intelligent person should narrow the range of their own radars to more close vicinity, like a smaller scale. For example, I think it's much more important to take care of, for example, staying in your family if you have children, not divorcing, and not fantasizing about being with somebody else, than to trying to be doctor for a country that is 9,000 kilometers away from you. So we have much more important things to do in our own lives, and which are right next to us, than to judge other people who we don't know about anything.
But you feel better if you know that somebody else is more crazy and stupid than you are.
Sure.